What's holding most people back is simple. They spend their days focused on everything but themselves. They get stuck obsessing over what others think. They compare their journey to someone else's. They scroll endlessly through social media, measuring their worth against carefully filtered snapshots of other people's lives. They pour energy into worrying about things they can't control. But here's the truth. Your life is a mirror of where you place your attention. If you constantly dwell on problems, distractions, and things that don't help you grow, that's exactly what will multiply in your life. The second you turn that focus inward, toward your growth, your habits, your discipline, everything begins to shift. Confidence, success, fulfillment. None of these come from the outside world. They are built from the inside out. The people who live extraordinary lives aren't lucky. They're not waiting for the right moment. They've simply decided to focus on themselves. You want more confidence? Stop waiting for others to validate you. Stop relying on likes, comments, or someone else's approval to feel good about yourself. Confidence isn't handed to you. It's earned. It's built through action. Showing up for yourself, making commitments and keeping them. Following through even when you don't feel like it. Every time you do that, you're proving to yourself that you are capable. That's how real confidence is made. You want success? Then stop wasting your time worrying about what everyone else is doing. Stop scrolling, stop comparing, stop measuring your progress against someone else's timeline. The only person you need to outdo is the person you were yesterday. If you get just 1% better each day, imagine where you'll be in a year. Success isn't about one huge leap. It's about small, consistent steps over time. It's waking up and choosing discipline over comfort, choosing progress over perfection, understanding that even imperfect action moves you forward. Think about how much energy you waste on things that don't help you. The overthinking, the self-doubt, the fear of what people might say. What if for the next 30 days you committed to focusing only on your growth? What if every morning you asked yourself, how can I make myself win better today? Imagine what would happen if you stopped feeding distractions and started feeding your goals, your mindset, your habits. Everything would change. When you focus on yourself, you level up. And when you level up, everything around you levels up too. Your relationships get stronger because you're no longer desperate for validation. You bring confidence with you. Your career grows because you're focused on your own skills instead of watching someone else's success. Your mindset changes because you're no longer waiting for perfect conditions. You're creating them. Most people never get there because they're waiting. Waiting for motivation, waiting for the right time, waiting for permission. But here's the truth. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to shake you awake and force you to go after your dreams. No one is going to hand you the life you want. That's on you. The moment you stop waiting and start moving is the moment things begin to fall into place. The world won't stop trying to distract you. Social media isn't going anywhere. Opinions won't disappear. The only thing you control is what you choose to focus on. So today, decide to focus on yourself. Commit to your own growth. Pick one thing, just one, that will move your life forward and take action. No excuses, no delays. Energy is Muthin, where your energy, everything, where you put your focus is where your energy flows. And that decides the direction of your life. How much time do you spend worrying about what others are doing? How often do you catch yourself comparing, overthinking, or getting caught in distractions that pull you away from your own path? Every minute you waste on things that don't serve you is a minute stolen from building the life you want. The truth is, most people aren't drained because they're doing too much. They're drained because they're giving too much of themselves to the wrong things. They're pouring their energy into people who don't support them, into problems they can't control, into fear, into self-doubt, into everything except their own growth. And then they wonder why they feel stuck. Your energy is your most valuable resource. You only get so much of it each day. How you spend it shapes your future. Waste it worrying about what people think, and you give away your power. Spend it obsessing over someone else's wins, and you rob yourself of your own potential. Let distractions run your day, and you give up control over your life. But the moment you start putting that energy back into yourself, everything changes. Imagine if instead of worrying whether people liked you, you focused on liking yourself. Imagine if instead of overanalyzing mistakes, you focused on what you could learn from them. Imagine if instead of wishing for a better life, you started building one. That shift from external focus to internal focus is the key to unlocking everything you've been chasing. Success isn't about luck, talent, or waiting for the perfect opportunity. It's about how you choose to direct your energy every single day. The people who achieve their goals aren't always the most talented. They're the ones who protect their focus. They treat their energy like it's sacred, and they refuse to waste it on things that won't move them forward. Look at the people who inspire you, the ones living the life you dream about. Do you think they got there by scrolling through social media, wishing for what someone else has? No, they locked in on their own path. They were relentless about their goals. They guarded their focus like their future depended on it, because it did, and so does yours. If you want to change your life, start by changing where you put your energy. Cut the distractions, set boundaries. Stop letting other people's opinions control your choices. Be intentional about where your time goes. Every second wasted on something meaningless is a second you could have spent getting better, stronger, closer to your goals. This is why focus is everything. You don't need more hours in the day. You don't need more motivation. You don't need a savior. You just need to stop leaking your energy into things that don't matter and start pouring it into what does. Because when you do, you'll see the truth. You were never stuck. You were just distracted. Success isn't built on one giant moment. It's not about waking up one day, making one dramatic choice, and suddenly transforming your life. That's fantasy. Real, lasting success is built in the small, ordinary moments. It's created by the little choices you make day after day. The problem is, most people don't leave that. They think they need a breakthrough, a perfect plan, or a burst of motivation before they start. But the truth is, your future is decided in the smallest choices you make today. Every morning, you have a choice. Do you hit snooze, or do you get up and take control of your day? Do you waste an hour scrolling, or do you plan your priorities? Do you make excuses for why you can't, or do you take one small step forward? Those tiny choices seem small, but they stack up over time. They shape your habits, and your habits shape your future. Most people quit because they don't see results fast enough. They expect instant results. They go to the gym for a week, see no change, and give up. They start working toward a goal, hit a roadblock, and assume it's not meant to be. But progress is invisible at first. Just because you can't see it yet doesn't mean it's not happening. Growth happens beneath the surface. Think about planting a seed. You water it daily, but for weeks, nothing seems to happen. It looks like a waste. But underneath, the roots are forming. The foundation is being built. Then, one day, it breaks through the soil. That's exactly how success works. It begins with unseen effort, and if you stay consistent, the results eventually show. That's why discipline matters more than motivation. Motivation is unreliable. You won't always feel like taking action. You don't need to feel like it, you just need to do it. At first, discipline takes effort. But over time, the habits you struggled with become automatic. And once they do, success stops being something you chase. It becomes something you naturally create. Stop looking for shortcuts. Stop waiting for the right time. Stop underestimating the power of small, daily actions. Your future is being built right now in the choices you make today. Commit to the process. Stay consistent. Trust that even when you can't see it yet, everything is falling into place.